Hey guys, RC Tech Guy here. We just want to make a quick how-to video using the Spektrum DX8 radio. I wanted to just briefly, most of you guys know already how to do this, but just for the newbies out there, and for myself when I was learning, I wanted to know what is dual rates and what is Expo, particularly Expo. I always heard guys refer to Expo and how it helps your flying and all that good stuff. Well, Expo essentially takes the sensitivity out of your sticks. So if you've got a really high performance plane that has extreme roll rates and extreme authority on all your control surfaces, you may want to dial in Expo. And Expo, again, just takes the sensitivity away. So basically, for part of the curve of your throw, the sensitivity is very, very low. So moving the stick quite a bit only moves the control surface a little. Then once you get to the breakover point, the control surface goes 100%. So, and you can set that up however you want. You could, set it up differently than that, but that's the basic principle. It's really easy on the DX8. All you do is power on the transmitter and look at your model. Here I've got my Monster Hawk that I've showed you guys, and basically all you do is hit the scroll button once and then scroll down to DR and Expo, and then you scroll to select whichever control surface you want to work with. Here aileron's fine, and Expo on a Spektrum radio, positive Expo is actually adding Expo. On some of the other radios, I think JR, I've never owned one, but I've heard that negative Expo is actually the same as positive Expo on the Spektrum radio. So when you dial in this Expo, it means I have to move the stick more than I would if it is zero. And that's the simplest terms I can put it. The Spektrum radio will show you the curve essentially as you dial this in. So if you notice, the curve changes as I continue to dial that Expo in. And what it's showing you is essentially how far you're going to move the stick, or the essential movement of the stick before you're going to start ramping up to that 100% throw. So the more I dial in, the flatter this curve gets, if you notice. And then this section of your throw is going to be a much smaller tolerance, or a much smaller window of your the overall throw. So I'm going to dial that back down. And one of the really nice things about Expo, especially if it's a plane that you're not very familiar with, and you might suspect that the control surfaces are going to be really wild, maybe you're not sure about the throws yet, you haven't maiden this plane, it's really wise to dial in Expo, because that will help to buffer on that first flight, especially to make everything a little bit less sensitive. Then you can dial everything back down as you get familiar with the plane. Well, that's my quick just RC tip and overview using the Spektrum DX8 transmitter on Expo. See you guys soon.